It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Eagles and the reigning NFC champs on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. See how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Hurts. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes. Game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Pruitt, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Throwing now is Daniels. On the move past the 40. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. They'll run on first down. Pruitt. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again. Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Here's Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He finds his receiver, Watson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain. On 3rd down, Pruitt. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. 1st and goal from the 6. To the air goes Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game. Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us? Absolutely. With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700. Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy, a graduate of the Naval Academy, and back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2 yards to go, second down. Throwing is Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Back to throw again.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
This is caught.
And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Barkley. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Now Daniels.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And he's out right at the 25.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
To throw is Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. Up the middle they go.
Pruitt.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
This is 2nd and 8. Daniels looking to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Well, they go play action. Daniels.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one.
2nd and 9 now.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Over the middle, it's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw again.
That's taken in by Watson.
And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
I think that's a good example of why they've been successful this year. They're fearless on any down.
And it's interesting that this year I asked an NFL head coach about being fearless and going for it on 4th down. And he said, people have to understand, there's fearless and there's reckless. I try not to be reckless when I make a decision to go for it on 4th down. In this case, fearless wins.
Operating from the gun, Daniels.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They'll run it again with Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. This short throw caught by Goddard, and he goes out right around the 39. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this 1st half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So here's Washington now to take over.
They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Off the play fake, Daniels. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st down,
Pruitt.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
Back to throw. Daniels. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Pruitt, solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point. This 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle they go. Palmer. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. He finds Watson. It's caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Daniels. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try.
This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Hurts. He gets this one to Burks.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's Daniel Whelan now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Play action, now it's Daniels. Able to find his man, Kraft.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Back to throw now on first down.
Hurts fumbles it, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down and 6 now. To the air goes Daniels. That's to Kraft, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. In motion left goes Watson. Here's Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they go instead with Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Lamar Jackson, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season, and if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he will find his man on the outside. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Clear. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Daniels from the gun on third down.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 56 yards.
And the Commanders add 6 to their lead.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That went out wide and intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
Throw left side taken in by Palmer.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Now Daniels. Short throw, he's got Kraft.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He finds his receiver, Watson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there.
His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest, and this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Kayvon Thibodeau
showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing is Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
They'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Over the middle into the hands of Burks.
7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle with Barkley.
Taken down at the 30. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Traylon Burks.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense set to take over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 82 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
2nd and 9. To throw is Daniels. Short throw, he's got Kraft.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 3rd down, Pruitt. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Pruitt. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
From the 29, here's second down at 7.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Hurts. He gets this one to Burks.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 44-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Out route pass complete to Goddard.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line.
Back to throw again. That is caught at the 7.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown.
Traylon Burks.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground.
Pruitt.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Daniels looking to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Pruitt. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw again.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Pruitt.
Zach Vaughn there on the tackle. Now 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pruitt. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll run on first down. Pruitt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a handoff up the middle. Pruitt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down,
Pruitt. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Up the middle they go. Pruitt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Brendan, every coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that. Run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get him down. Goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Commanders,
the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.